Okay, today we're going to talk about modifying tracks. And what I've got here is a track that is a recording that I downloaded from the internet. And it's got some parts in it where they rode up and down the road and took a little side road for a bit and then turned around and came back. And if I want to share this, I don't want to include all that. So we're going to cut that part of it out. So we'll zoom in right here. And we'll zoom a little more. And you can see what I'm talking about here. We've got the little directional arrows going both ways. And then we've got this little dogleg part down here, like they were riding back and forth looking for a store or hotel or something. But we want to get rid of that and clean it up. So how do we do that? Well, there's a tool up here called the divide tool. Click on that and you get a cursor with a pair of scissors attached to it. So if you come over here, it's going to cut this off at one of these dots here, one of these track points. So we'll go right here and it's going to separate the black part from the highlighted green part. So if we click on it, it has cut it off, and now we've got this remaining piece right here. So we'll come on the other side of the part we don't want, click again, and it has now cut it off, and we have that remaining part. So over here we have the first part with the original name, then we have that center part, and then we have the remainder. So the center part is the part we don't want, so we'll highlight it and delete it, which now leaves us with two unconnected track sections. So to reconnect those, we just click on one of them and then hold the control key down, click the other one, and then right click with your mouse, advanced, join the selected tracks. So the way this is set up now, track 001 is the end of the original track, and this is the start of the original track. So they would be backwards, and what will happen is if you leave this order, it will join them at the opposite end instead of right here where we took out that piece. So what we want to do is highlight this one and then use this arrow to move it up. And once it moves up and they're in the correct order, now this is what Basecamp is going to do. It's going to draw this line in here between the two where we took out that bad section, and that's exactly what we want. So we'll click OK. Now let's zoom in a little bit more here. You can see this line that Basecamp drew is just a straight line between this point here and this point here, which were part of the original track. And we could leave that and it would work, but let's make it a little bit better by moving it over on this road. And the way to do that is to come up here and get this insert tool. We're going to insert some points in this track. So we have this segment here, one long segment with a point at each end, and we're going to add a few points inside of that segment. So you click on it, and then you get this rubber band, and you can just rubber band it over to the road and click, and then you just click along the road everywhere you want to add a point, and you can add as many or as few as you think you need, and that looks pretty good. Once you get done, get it where you want it, you just hit escape, and now you've got that back and forth section gone, the little dog leg is gone, and you've got the track fairly well laying on the road. And all you really need to do, if you want to, is rename it. We'll call it SBR, Swinging Bridges Ride. And there you go. That's how you modify a track in Garmin Basecamp.